is the one that is more concentrated. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and revisit this question a little bit more as we go on. But for today, go ahead and get started on your do now. If you go on your Google Classroom, it is already on your Google Classroom. I'm gonna also do you the favor of dropping the link in the chat. And you know what I meant, Cecil, not yesterday, which you know what I mean. All right, I dropped the link in the chat. Go ahead and open it up. This should be a Google form, and it looks a little something like this. All right. You have about 5 minutes. Remember, this is one of the assignments you must complete in order to get all 5 PBIS points. All right, 5 minutes on the clock. Go ahead and get started. Hopefully it's not too loud, but I just want you to be able to see the timer. And right now, take the time to go ahead and turn your cameras on if you have not done so already. Please make sure your beautiful faces are in the screen. All right, as you're working on your do now, I'm gonna just be going around to make sure that everybody's face is in the screen and their camera is on. So Alante, go ahead and turn your camera on. Let me see how many people I've already had submit their do now. So nobody has submitted a do now just yet, which is okay. But you have about 3 minutes left to go ahead and submit your do now.
Hold on.
Remember, for question about Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Bangurah, please make sure that you are answering all parts of the question and you have a reason why. Oh, I have one person who's turned it in. Who's this lucky person? Oh, this person is Ashley Newkirk. Interesting. Please make sure you're paying attention to the graph that is provided for you. All right. Look at the labels on the graph. Everybody should get that question right. You have about 2 more minutes. So far, I have only one person who's turned in their do now. Oh, I got how many? Let me see. I have Sincere, Kaylin, Kalani, and Ashley Newkirk. What's up, Ash? I hope that you're doing great. Wow, everybody's really doing well on that first question. I have 4 people who got that question, 5 people who got it correct so far. Team, you have about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Remember, you cannot just put Ms. Vasquez. That will get you 0 points. That will get you 0 points. And it did not say anything about Mr. Murphy. So far, I got Norman, Graylin, Layla. I'm waiting for a few more. You have about 40 seconds to go ahead and turn in your due now. If you do not turn it in, you will not get all 5 PBIS points. But more importantly, this is an opportunity for us to see what you know. All right. Twenty more seconds. So far, my people that's in a running of getting all 5 PBIS points is Sincere, Kalani, Kaylin, Newkirk. This time. So far, people who I was getting all 5 PBIS points is Newkirk, Sincere, Kalani, Kaylin, Norman, Graylin, Layla, Amira, Ajaya, Joelle, and Haley. All right. Please make sure that you submit your due now before the end of today so that you can at least get credit for today. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in. We've had a chance to do our due now. All right. And yesterday we got the chance to watch a video. Okay. And as you watched the video, we saw that they had to compare or weigh 2 different solutions. All right. So remember, when we compare 2 solutions, we have to have the what? What was, how can we fill in the blank? Yes, Sincere got it. I'm gonna also open up the chat because I feel like in real life we will get a chance to kind of hear each other's voices and learn from each other. Yes, thank you, Sincere. Thank you, Layla. Everybody's saying the same. What's a synonym for the word same? What's a synonym if they have to have the same amount? Yes, a synonym is equal. All right. So sometimes people who make tests try to trick you and use same or equal. All right. It has to have equal or the same amount of volume in order for it to be able to be compared. Okay. And then we remember the solution has more solutes, has more mass, or is heavier. Okay. Another way of saying more solute is that it will be more concentrated. All right. So nice job with everybody remembering our big ideas from yesterday. We're going to talk a little bit more about our big ideas. And yesterday we did not get a chance to really talk about this chart. Based on this table, which solution is more concentrated, and how do you know? Based on this table, which solution is more concentrated, and how do you know? Remember, I'm asking 2 parts here. Which is more concentrated, and how do you know? And you can go ahead and type your answers in the chat whenever you're ready. I'm also going to look to hear somebody's voice, so go ahead and raise your hand if you would like to share out loud your answer for this question. So give me a name and tell me, how do you know? What evidence can you use to support your answer? Okay, I have an answer from Graylin. Sincere said he wants to say his answer out loud. I'm looking for Zari, Ajaya, Alante. We got Amira, Ariana Robinson, Newkirk, Cecil. Beautiful, Kaylin. Nice job. Desiree, Ebony, Joelle, Kalani, Khalil, Kendall. Good. Thank you, Deshaun. Norman Chappell, Samaya Yates, Sanaa Washington, Ziona Jones. Thank you, Ajaya. Miss Trent. All right. Yes, thank you. Great. Kaylin, unmute. Which solution, or who has the most concentrated solution? Braylon, be ready to build.
The person that has the most concentrated solution is Jabril because he has 70 and everybody else has 60 or less.
Oh, where'd you get that information from, Kaylin?
I got the information from the chart because on the chart by Jabril name it says 70 and by everybody else name it say 60 or under 60.
Graylin, can we use a graph as evidence? Graylin. Yes, great job, Caitlin. Graylin, can we use a graph as evidence in science? Well, in any subject, but in science, can we use a graph as evidence?
Yes, you can.
How do you know?
I know because when scientists use graphs, it actually helps them to like study. So,
yeah, right. And graphs gives us information. Okay, and so now, I want to know, how do you know that 70 grams mass means that it's more concentrated? How do you know that 70 grams mass means that it's more concentrated? Real quick, let me just go back to see. Okay, hold on. How do you know that 70 mass grams means it's more concentrated? Sincere.
Don't you know it's more concentrated? Because if the mass is 70 grams, usually a solution that is more concentrated or has more solute, the more mass it has, the heavier or more concentrated your solution will be. And since everyone else is 60 or less, their solutions wouldn't be as concentrated because they don't have as much mass as Jabril did. So Jabril solution is the most concentrated, and out of all of them, is the most heaviest.
Hold on, I just want to just give it a second to let it marinate. Right? Because everything you just said, listen, Sincere, if you want my job, just let me know. Okay? Miss Trent is here. So if you want my job, just let me know so I can. All right? Yes. Beautiful answer. All right. So that leads us to our big idea, which you already said. The more concentrated the solution, the heavier it is. All right. Beautiful recap. Let's go ahead and move on. This was one of the questions you had on your do now. All right. Now, you can't really see the salt that has dissolved in our solution because it's really light. All right. So there are two solutions of salt water. We do not know which solution is more concentrated and we cannot taste it. How can we figure out which solution is more concentrated? Sincere, you gave us a beautiful entry to this question. How can we figure out which solution is more concentrated? Shout out to everybody being super positive in the chat. How can we figure out which solution is more concentrated? What do you think we should do? I might have to go back. Ooh, Ajaya. Yes. Go ahead, Ajaya. Yeah. Well, not equal. Take equal amounts of what's that word? Volume. Yes, you could take equal amounts of volume and then do what? Yes, or weigh them. You were right. You can weigh them. All right. So how do we know which solution will be more concentrated? Will it be heavier or will it be lighter? Yes, nice job. All right. So we have our two answer choices. Will we pick answer choice A or answer choice B? Type it in the chat. Will we pick answer choice A or answer choice B? Sincere said A. Everybody's going to pick A because Sincere said A. Okay, Haley said A. Layla. But the answer is we must weigh them. And yes, the answer is A. All right, nice job.